What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? Welcome to this episode of Between Us. I'm your host, Reggie. I hope everyone is doing okay tonight. I hope everybody had a good week. I did. It was a long week for me. Uh, Fortunately for me, it's my weekend. you know, um, but enough with that. Uh, I have a very special guest, a very special young lady and guest here with me tonight on air. Her name is Miss Savannah Kirkley. She's from Charlotte and she's a documentation coordinator. Um, Very good friend of mine. Real good people, and I'm glad to have her.
Well, thank you. How y'all doing tonight?
Yeah. So, how you doing?
I'm doing
You
good.
doing good?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So, I mean, how was your week this week?
it's been good.
It's been
It's been
good.
busy between work and homecoming. It's been nice.
Oh, okay. So you enjoyed the festivities of the homecoming last weekend?
Yes, most definitely. It was nice.
Oh,
I got to
okay.
chill with my sister. Yeah.
Right. Family means a lot. That's what it is. You know. So we're gonna get into I've there's been a lot of talk about uh, the Hamas attack on Israel for the last week and a half or so. Um, could you? I mean, did you hear anything about on that?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a lot going on with that. It's unfortunate, of course, but most definitely, I think it's politics and I think it's money involved. You
Oh,
know, I think it's got something to do with that Rockefeller and whatnot
right,
going on.
right. Exactly. So, what is your take on that? I mean, we've had like those other countries, I guess it affects us too. We hear it on the news and whatnot. So, what is your take on that? What do you think about that?
Um, I know it's very unfortunate, and I just think it's with the way times is now, it's difficult. So I could just imagine the strain that's going on over there with all the chaos and whatnot. So
Right,
I just think that it could all be resolved if nations would kind of free and clear people of certain debts and things of that nature.
right, right, right. So, what do you think? Our country, what can we do to be safe or maybe help those in that country, maybe like lending a hand as far as giving donations to those families that maybe homes or whatever has been destroyed or something like that. I mean, what do you think is a good thing to do to possibly help out with that?
Well, personally, I mean, the United States is bleeding within itself as far as, our government structure. It needs to be restructured. It needs to be reprogrammed itself. So us lending a hand to them is more so us giving them money, and they already gave them money. So, it's kind of like controversial right now. And I kind of feel that it is controversial because we're over here bleeding, and the US is going through the crisis of everything being so high and everything of that nature. So I feel as though we kind of should just lend a hand far as if anything, far as of a blowback for the US. Yeah.
Right, right. That is it's crazy, man. Uh, when we talk about when we had the Ukraine situation, that attack was crazy. That was maybe a couple of months ago. And it's just went away, man. It's crazy out here, man. And but even though in our country we don't go through that with them, but it still affects us, you know.
Hmm.
So that's just the crazy part, man. You know. So so what so there's a lot going on, these days also, with our teenagers, our youth, our young people.
Most definitely.
Um, we got gun violence, you know, uh, we got drugs, we got all of that. All of this, you know, these kids going in stores and they like just just taking things like it's like they can just do that, like they just got a license to do it, and and I and I heard the laws in California is like
Ooh,
crazy because it's
yes.
like the reason these kids do it, well, I guess one of the reasons why they are motivated to do it is because the laws in California says that, you know, they can steal as long as it's
Within
something under
a
a
certain
thousand
value.
dollars or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
but I feel like that's crazy, man. That's just crazy. That's crazy to me to come up with a
Yeah.
law like that. You're just
But
giving them say so. Okay, well, you know,
yeah, but it's also the music as well. It's also what they seeing on TV. It's also the society that they're around and what they see
right,
right now. It's definitely, the culture is very different from what we came up to. So, that would play a big role into these kids' society. And then you need more of a village to raise a child more than you so need, a structured family of two.
right, exactly, exactly right. So, what do you think has got to happen uh, to help? I know throughout the years, kids has been hard to reach, but we gotta keep trying. We can't stop because you know you may not help 10, but you may help 2 or 3, and that's a plus. you know um so what do you think has got to happen, or happen more to try to reach these kids?
I would definitely say more geared to more of the urban youth, like more activities for the urban youth to participate and for them to get off of the things that they're on that's giving them the idea of thinking it's okay to go out and lewd, it's okay to go out and to be vicious and violent and to cause acts of nature that that, in the long run it's going to weigh you down and it's going to, cause conflictions for you in your life. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, I can feel you on that, man. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to reach the youth, man. And to let them know, hey, you can do something positive. You can do what you want. You don't have to do what I do or do with what Miss Savannah is doing. You know, but you can do something positive. But
Absolutely.
make sure it's something that you like. You know, it's better than getting in trouble. You know, but it's funny you say music. Um, I mean, you can say the music, but you can't really. I know you're not trying to blame it all on the music,
Oh no,
you
no,
know,
no.
but because I mean, you talk about rap artists, you know, they do it for a living, you know. And like I said, see, they get paid to act the way that they do. And maybe it's not maybe maybe rap is not always a good role model for the youth. Maybe it's not, you know. And this is but you can't stop that. You can't stop kids from listening to it or looking at the videos or whatever. You can't stop that, but I think us as uh parents, you know, we need to try to have meetings with our kids, if we're not doing it already. If we are, we maybe we need to do it more. Have meetings with our kids. Everybody check in. On a certain day or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one day out of the week, something like that. Maybe two. Just to keep each other on point. Keep the family safe. Whatever. Because there's a lot going on out here, and and a lot of these kids are not mature enough to understand that they just want to be in it. You know. So yeah, but we're gonna get around. We're gonna touch on another subject here. I know you chief a little bit. You know, um, listen, you do your thing. I already know that.
From here and there, yes.
Yeah, um, marijuana. Uh, so what do you think? Do you think marijuana should be uh, legal in every state?
Um, I'm gonna say yes and I'm gonna say no. It's like a 50-50 because there's benefits to it, far as the healthcare system, far as cancer patients and breast cancer patients and people who have went through things, glaucoma. It's a lot of things that that is herbal as well, not just as enjoyment. So yeah, it's just I think right now with the way that the world is going, I don't know if it's a great idea to launch something such at a such high magnitude, maybe in certain parts of the area because everything is kind of on high alert right now. Everybody's, kind of doing their own definition of looting or doing, illegal acts, shall we
Right,
say. So
right.
it's it's a that's a sticky one.
Hmm, hmm. So you're saying not in every state.
Not in every state, no.
So certain states get a pass.
I wouldn't say certain states get a pass. I would say certain places that it would be conducive.
Hmm.
Like it would bring libation and money back into the community because they're great at publicizing something and then taking it. And then, the people that are already rich get even more richer. So, instead of it making it for people that already are wealthy, how
Right,
about half back into proceeds, to where it benefits, the community where someone probably would have thought of something like that to be like, oh yeah, let me open a smoke
right,
shop.
right. Well, I don't think. I think it should be legalized in every state, but then, uh, but at the same time, I don't think it's. I mean, if it's, I don't think it's fair that, like you said, you know, the rich get a part of it, or the government or whoever gets a part of something that they've been locking people up for years. You know what I'm saying? People have been getting locked up for years, for marijuana or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So now all of a sudden, they, get to legalize it, and
Hmm.
but it's been
Profit off
used,
of it.
right. How is that fair? But understand at the same time, it's been being used medically. I understand that part, you know, but I don't think it's fair to legalize, you know, something that was always illegal. And you got people that's been locked up for it. These people possibly did time depending on how much they had or
Bad.
whatever. Because as far as that, you got to have a lot. Um, maybe they got something on their record behind that, and now it's legal. You know, so I just think that's kind of crazy. You know, but hey, this is the world we live in. You know, yeah. So yeah, that marijuana situation, man, is I don't know. I don't know, man. I think that I think it's a money thing. When it boils down to it, it's just a money thing. You know, that's all I can really say about that. You know,
Most
so
definitely, I agree.
right. So I mean, hmm, wow, I don't know what
Excuse me.
happened. But yeah. Um, so I mean, do you like so but how does that affect you, how did you know, being that, if let's just say, you got people out here that, you know, they chief a little bit, you know,
Hmm.
how does that how do you think that affect them when knowing that the government is, you know, they can benefit
Um,
off of, you know,
I could
some
imagine. I mean, that probably like mind blowing. Just like it's just like saying someone's side hustle has been snatched.
and right, basically.
You
And
know,
well, not and turned legal, but not legal for them.
correct, correct.
See, right,
Yeah.
that's
So
crazy.
that's the crazy part.
Right, that's the crazy. That's why it's crazy. It's not legal for you.
Yeah, but it's legal for them.
Right. Unless you uh make it legal for yourself. See,
Right, right. But
now it's
the red tape
discrepancies and all
though
of that stuff on it. Right. Exactly.
is
Now,
so much to get there.
right. You know, so much to get there though. See, and see the thing is taking money
Hmm.
to legalize something that you was making money off of already. That's
Already.
crazy.
Absolutely.
That's crazy, man.
So it's
So
like they
as
triple winning.
right, and, see, and you could, and it's a lot of people that's going into business
Hmm.
with it now.
Yeah, they got restaurants, tea
Right. So
shops,
right. Candy shops, whatever. So now they get again, the
a
government is
percentage,
getting a part of what
everything.
you created, what you have. See what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Even took that and
They'll find a way to get it off. They always do, don't they?
always, man, always, man, always. Okay, yeah, but we're gonna get into we're gonna talk a little uh sports talk. I don't you watch a little sports. You don't really don't
Just a
engage
little.
don't engage in sports at all.
I mean, enough to be like, oh, okay, yeah, you know.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. So you don't have a football team, basketball team, baseball, none of that. Don't like don't really
No,
do too much of that.
not too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, well, I do. Watch a little football, you know, basketball, every now and then, when I get a chance to, you know. Um, yeah. So you don't like soccer either? You don't do no sports. Not
I haven't watched sports in a while. The last game I went to was maybe what 3 years ago, like actual game, a basketball game. It's been a while.
right, right, right. So but I mean you do know like a lot of well known athletes though, right?
We'll see, huh?
Yeah, you don't know LeBron James,
I
Michael
mean,
Jordan. You know all of them. I mean,
yes.
yeah,
Now they
you know
stats.
them.
Do I know they stats well? No,
No,
but
no.
yes, I know
Right,
them.
right, 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 right. So, I mean, do you think that you think that you think LeBron is a good role model for for kids?
Uh, to a certain degree. I
To,
mean,
to
everybody has theirs to a certain degree. I feel as though, especially when you say him, because
hmm
I have kids, so my parenting is more so a blended of a mixture of things. You know what I mean? So for me to say that I would want him to my kids to kind of follow in his footsteps, no, not no.
Well, not more so play basketball, but
No, 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 not
yeah,
sports. I'm talking about far as like,
yeah,
yeah, far
yeah.
as someone to be like, yeah, I could foresee myself following some of his ambitions and,
Oh,
listening to
yeah,
some of the
yeah, yeah,
things and, you
yeah.
know,
A lot of
yeah,
community does a lot of like a lot of community stuff. I see. For the people and even his old high school. I mean, he even he brought when he made it, he brought he made a way for all of like his friends. He has his same friends that he had since school, like coming up kids. He made it a way for them too. He made sure that they were straight. Yeah.
right.
So yeah, I kind of watched that and read up on it. You know, um,
How do you feel about it?
I feel like guy's a great motivator, man. Role model, whatever. I feel he's good. He's one to follow, and you know, yeah, I just think he's good people. As far as I know, as well as a basketball player, he's an MVP. Outside of basketball too, from
Yeah,
what.
but my guy, rest in peace, was, Kobe Bryant. So
Oh yeah, yeah. That
yeah,
was
you know,
that was my that was my
he was
G
a
too.
very special guy,
That was my G.
very.
Yeah, yeah. Favorite player, favorite player,
Mm-hmm.
most favorite. Although I like Mike too, but it's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Um. So what is your take on uh uh having a serious relationship? What is it gonna take uh to have that person in your life that you need, you know what is it gonna take?
Well, first off, let's start off and say I've been single by choice for over 7 years.
Hmm.
So, um, for me, I would be financially stable and somebody that is willing to really, truly experience their feelings and emotions. Because, guys tend to be not emotional and do
Right,
not like to play off their feelings and let their feelings lead them in certain situations, especially if it's something worth letting your feelings take you there.
right, right.
And most definitely someone who's humble and very honest
Hmm.
and can give me all of them just as the way as they want me to give me all of them. So
Hmm.
yeah, vice versa type of thing and
Right,
great communication.
right,
And and he has to be a leader. I don't want someone that's going to lead me in a hole.
right, right, right,
Like if you can't lead me out of a situation or you can't rise to the occasion and plan something or say, hey, we're going to do this, this, and this, or this is how I think things should work, and then I come back with a counter for negotiation. You know what I'm saying? Someone that's going to be the head and I can be the neck.
Right, right,
I'll say that
right. So
because
so can the neck be lead sometimes? You feel like the neck deserves to lead sometimes?
yes, most definitely. Because that's why I chose the neck because you know men may have control over their head and over certain situations, but when they have a very strong woman who knows what she wants, where she's going, you know, the neck is what turns him into the right direction. So, yes, most definitely. And the neck is most powerful because it holds up everything else above the crown, which is your head, is your crown, and everything else is at the bottom. So, yes,
Right, right, exactly. I agree. I agree with that. So you're dating now?
yes,
Oh yeah. Okay. Special guy, real special.
very much so.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
exciting, you know?
I I bet I bet. You seem to be a very exciting young lady. You know.
Well, thank you.
So you said you speak on a man being, leading and whatnot. Me, I like a woman that's going to lead too. I mean, I know that a man should be the head of the house or whatever, but I like a woman that's going to make suggestions and whatnot too. I don't want you to walk behind me. I want you to walk beside me. You know what I'm saying?
Most
And I
definitely.
feel like that's fair. Because I want my lady to have a voice as well. You know, so that's that's just how I that's my take on it. You know, you know. So so you think that it's gonna take that complete guy to be with you and be and have a successful relationship. It's gonna take that complete guy, right? You know.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Mm, I see. Nothing wrong with that. That's spoken like a real chick, you know. So yeah, but yeah, that relationship thing, man, is it's like people don't really I don't even know if people really believe in enough communication. I'm not gonna say they don't believe in communication at all, but enough, having enough, communicating enough.
Absolutely.
And I don't think like overall, I don't think we do it. We don't do it enough. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we don't get to know each other. Sometimes you can meet someone and you don't like what you hear or see. Okay, that's cool. That I respect that. You know, but sometimes you can meet someone and you've had a couple of encounters that rubs you wrong, and you don't even give yourself a chance to know that other person, and vice versa. And I think men do it too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I've done it. You're just assuming not more so the worst, but you just already thinking to yourself or saying to yourself that this is not gonna go right, you know. And I don't think
Absolutely.
it's fair to yourself, because you basically giving yourself the boot
Mm-hmm.
without knowing that other person, you know,
Yeah.
basically.
I honestly think that's kind of what allowed me to be more, a little more vulnerable this go around is because I was willing to say, okay, I'm not going to assume. I'm going to already have a positive outlook on the situation. So yeah, most definitely.
Mhm. So, so what could you do better as a woman when it comes to dating?
Mm. Well, I know most definitely one was who I was choosing, the type. It was the type I was choosing. I definitely would say that. I definitely was definitely choosing a particular type of guy
Hmm.
when I was looking. And now, I don't choose.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I mean, what do you know that's more important to a relationship? Uh, whether it's money, uh, material, or a peace of mind. What is more important to a lasting relationship? Not for you. I'm talking, in a spiritual sense. If you're gonna do it right as a man and a woman, what is more important? What has to happen first?
Mm, I would say an adequate amount of time spent to understand each other. Because
Mm.
some people will definitely jump into certain situations without getting the full scope of someone. Like I want to see the good, the bad, the ugly. I want to see the hard times. I want to see you at your worst so I can know if it's for me at my best.
Right, right, right. Well, I understand that. That's your way or whatever. You know, it doesn't always work for everybody, but that's your way. But I think the
Absolutely.
important thing is nothing wrong with that if that's your way. But going into any situation, you know, it's- it must have something spiritual tied to it. You know what I'm saying?
Um, I
Because
definitely had a connection. It definitely has to be a connection. It's more so like a just a keep inadvertently pulling me to you,
right,
like that lock eye, just like wow, like I've met you before type of connection. Yeah,
right.
yeah, like just abundantly comfortable with you type of connection.
Hmm.
Like to
Well,
sit up and talk all night. You know that.
mhm,
Yeah.
right, right. Well, I believe in you know, I don't have to have a woman that's she don't have to have all this, all that. Of course I like her to be, successful and whatnot, but all that glamour and glitz and all that, I don't need that. Not and that's not saying that she's not a good woman if she is.
Mhm.
But for me, I don't need that. I'm more of a heart and soul type of person, and spirit. I deal with the spirit, man. Like, we gotta have that connection. For me, well, hey, I can play the game too, but I don't want it easy. I can play the game now. You want to have an understanding, yeah. Hey, people do that all the time. That's
Mhm.
that's easy. Sometimes it could get difficult, but that's easy. Because you're not obligated to do nothing but play the game.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Mhm.
Anything go. And something serious, anything doesn't go.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know.
That's when it turns into the Hunger Games.
Yeah. Well. And then at the same token, you gotta watch when you playing these games. Catching feelings. And now you don't want to play the game no more.
Mhm.
You know.
So you got to solidify what it is and what it's not. Okay.
Right. And now you ask for that title, and you're like, and he be like, man, I thought, well, but
Mhm.
he saw the signs, you know.
Absolutely.
But that's the thing, though. When we get together as men and women, and we realize that, okay, we know what we're doing.
Mhm.
We know if we keep dealing with each other, we keep seeing each other, somebody's gonna,
Mhm.
you know, somebody's gonna catch feelings for somebody. if not both.
Absolutely.
You know, so we know what's coming. We know what's behind all of this. Because I mean, if you're dealing with someone for not just one night, and you meet them and you're still dealing with them over time, you know what I'm saying? There's some attraction there. So eventually this thing it's gonna
Spark
get
off.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna get
But if both of y'all are willing and wanting it to maybe be something, then there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah,
right, right,
most definitely.
right, right. And she gonna let you know, hey, listen, but I can't do this. What are we doing? What are we doing? You know?
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's yeah. But so I mean, so how has dating been for you? You said like you've been out of a relationship for 7 years.
Yeah.
So how has just meeting guys been for you for those last past 7 years? How has that been? Because that's a long time.
I mean, it's very awkward. It's like I feel like, high school again, like I'm stepping back on the yard.
Right. Wow. Hmm, hmm. So what can you say to women, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of women that has been out of a relationship or a marriage for 7 or over, you know.
Um,
What do you say to them? Did you get a cleansing during those years, or what do you say to them of those 7 years? What do you do with those 7 years? And now, when you start, when you're back on the market again, you know, you know,
look, self-love, self-healing, recognizing that that you may have some kinks that you need to work out. It may be mental, it may be physical, it may be you just needing a break from the things that you went through in your past relationships. We all forget that we have to heal and that we have to cleanse ourselves for what we thought was good for us.
Mhm,
And we are we get blinded and get delusional, and we tell ourselves, you know, oh, we don't see it. We don't see the fact that it's happening, but we know it's happening and we allow it. So
mhm,
once you overcome those barriers and burdens of healing and not being and not getting triggered
mhm.
by your past healing, you know, and being able to love yourself first
Right,
and build your career, and then figure it out.
right.
But definitely love yourself, because a lot of people out here not loving themselves and willing to give themselves to anyone and everyone. And sometimes taking yourself away from the world is not a bad thing.
Mhm, right,
It's okay. How they say it's okay to be selfish.
right, right. So you're basically like you're uh you've been evaluated and now you're rejuvenated.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
hmm.
definitely.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Wow, sounds good.
So, I mean, are you single? What's going on with you?
For me, I mean, uh, that's yeah, yeah. I am. I am. I am. Um, I've been not dated here and there. You know, I think when people say I had no luck, I think I did. Even if it didn't, even if it wasn't right for me, it wasn't bad for me either. Because
Hmm.
I don't look at any aspect of life as a loss. It's always a gain for me. You know what I'm saying? So because that's the only way that that I keep pushing because it's a game. That's the way I look
Mm,
at it. I look at it as a game. You know, if it bothers me, I still look at it as a game. You know, until it's instilled in me that it's always a game. So then I'm not afraid to approach the next situation. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Because it's already instilled in me that I'm gonna gain no matter what. You
Like
know,
lesson learned,
right?
noted.
Yeah, I mean, hey, obstacles or what they are. You gotta know that they happen. They
Mm-hmm.
happen when you're doing great. You could be happy above the clouds. Thinking that you got everything that you want, but guess what? Something hits you. That's why it's important to be spiritually grounded. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
when these things happen, we because you could be dating someone and you could be seriously involved with someone. They
Mm-hmm.
could up and, hey, I don't want to do this no more. What the fuck? You said what? Yeah. And one thing we can't do is control the next person. Can't,
Absolutely.
you know? Sometimes people don't really love you like that. Sometimes people love you like that and still feel they need to, you know,
I was. Mm-hmm.
lust might have taken over and they just left you and ran somewhere else. Lust takes over
Mm-hmm.
too. Because if you're not s- grounded in the spirit, it, it'll happen. So, you gotta know where your relationship is with that person and know that y'all are still connected, you know, where y'all need to be. You
I
know,
agree with that.
a
Yeah.
connection can't just say a connection is just, oh, we talk, we go together. That's talking
That's
about
bombastic
a
side
real
eye.
a real a real connection, a real connection
Yes.
where you respect me when I'm not around. I'm not worried about you.
Mm-hmm.
You're not worried about me. You know, hey, you want to go take a trip with the girls or do whatever you do, man. I want to know the experience. You going away. Not saying I won't go ever go with you, but I want my lady to experience things on her own still. You know, at the same time.
Vice versa, I hope.
Right. You know, experience things on your own as well as together. You know what I'm saying? That way we have something to talk about. Something
Mm-hmm.
positive. You know, you know what you do. That's bringing positivity to our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going out there and you're doing something that's that's helpful to yourself and us and others. You know what I'm saying? Because I need a woman that's that love people and that people love her too.
I know that's right. That's what's up. It has to be vice versa, most definitely.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So that's that's that. You know. So well, it's we're gonna get wrapped up here. It's been do it well before I go here. Um, is there anything that you wanna wanna say? Any positive?
Yeah, I would most definitely say, um, do what makes you happy. You know, stay grounded. Um, and give it your all. And whatever it is that you thought that you couldn't do it. Anything's possible.
Mm, I like that. I like that. That's real. That's real. That's real, and that was definitely positive. You know, definitely. So what's your night? What's your night like? What you got going
Not nothing. When
on?
I Yeah, probably sit around, look at some TV, maybe get on the phone. Who knows?
Oh, well, that's all right. That might be the first thing, huh?
Yeah, that might be the first thing.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah, but it's been great. It's been nice. Nice having you. Glad to have met you. And to be able to bring you on. Um, uh, you know, real good people. Real good people.
And thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
And you're more than welcome. You don't know how much. You know. But that's all, folks, for tonight. Love, peace, and hair grease to everyone. Y'all have a great night.